Right, Mega Von and YouTube, welcome for another episode of Poteen Bowen playing Lord of the Rings Online. The rotation video we'll be doing today is going to be on the Blue Line Captain. The Blue Line Captain's a heal. I'm going to be doing it solo, so they won't kill as fast, but you will be pretty safe. So it is a nice soloable build. So we'll be going through our class traits, our race traits, our virtues. We'll do some allies, even though I'm missing some of them. Not really a big deal here, because I'm only level 90. And then we'll go through the rotation we're going to be using. And then we'll do some combat. Then we'll recap the rotation, and we will end the video there. If you guys are interested, I do stream nightly. I've changed it to 8:30 to 11 Central Time. On Sundays and Mondays, I'll be playing EverQuest as an official EQ content creator. Tuesday and Wednesday, I play Dungeons and Dragons Online. Hopefully, I'll be doing that as a content creator, but not yet. And from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I do Lord of the Rings Online, and also on Saturday, I do for the LOTRO stream team, I do Poteen's Saturday Taterama. So I do stream twice on Saturday. Okay, so with that, we are going to get started here. So this is Healing Hands. This is going to be you heal allies and deal melee damage, okay? So the first one, I'm obviously going to go into Reversal. This will, critical events increase your melee damage. So critical events are, obviously when a crit goes off. Skilled Hands. This will increase my outgoing healing modifier, tactical damage, and melee damage. Obviously, these work really good in group content also. So, you could be a healer who heals up close and does some damage. Healing critical magnitude is increased. Lift words, which is 20% words of courage healing. This is reveal mark. So for this one, most of the marks when you put it on here, reveal mark this time will give a little bit of health back applied to friends within 15 meters. This is rousing cry. So rally cry is consumed on a defeat event. A defeat event is when a mob dies. There's also other ways to increase or have a defeat event, but that's the most common. It briefly increases the fellowship outgoing damage, so my outgoing damage will be 5%. Escape from darkness. So this is reviving a defeated person. It will give you additional morale and power when you revive them. Astute Hands. This will increase my tactical critical chance and my tactical critical multiplier. Relentless Optimism. 15% captain area effect healing. This one comes off of the mark. This is called Honorable Blow. So Inspire applies an incoming healing buffs to Fellowship when used on a target with Revealing Mark. Inspires happen when you just do damage to the mob. This is Improved Standard of Honor. This is a banner that you drop onto the ground and it will heal for every 2 seconds, 675. It stays on for, I can't remember how long, quite a while. Like a minute? Might be less than that. 15 seconds, I apologize. Rally Roar. This is Rally Cry healing is increased. This is Fellowship of the Shield. Your Inspire Shield Brother and to Arm Shield Brother apply minor bonuses to the rest of your Fellowship. Courageous Convocation. So what this does is it lets words of courage be able to be cast onto yourself, which normally it can only be cast onto other players. This is Shield of the Dundane. This is awful because you can apply it to other people, but you cannot apply it to yourself. So that kind of hurts it there, but it balances it out. And then Valor. Many of your melee skills will heal your shield brother. The strength of these heals scale with the skill damage rather than normal healing modifiers. Okay. I also did throw a little bit into here. I did do situational awareness. So this will let Devastating Blow, Pressing Blow, Blade of Inlandell, Routing Cry have a 10% chance to apply, 8% evade chance for 10 seconds. And I did do my max morale up 8%. Now, for the side ones over here, this is obviously when you unlock each row. then it will unlock these. But you got to unlock them before you can get these. So like I unlock this one, and I'll get this with these. And this is, it doesn't cost anything, you just get it. Reveal Mark heals twice as much. Blood of Numenor. So Escape of Darkness becomes Cry of Vengeance. Inlandel's Favor. So there is an ability in here called Inlandel's Blade, which I'll get into that. Blade of Inlandel causes your next Valorant strike to heal for 20% more. I'll get into that when I get into the rotation, why that's important and what it means. So it does have a positive and negative effect. I'll talk to that. I talk to you when we get to the rotation part. Tactician Phallus. So healing, critical, multiplier, and defensive strike cooldown by 5. So this is Reform the Lines. This will let you restore 10% of your max morale. Every 2 seconds, restore 4%. And then for 10 seconds, there's also a critical defense, a physical mastery rating, and tactical mastery rating increase. This one is Blessing of the Shield. You gain a personal benefit. When using Aspire, you gain a personal benefit when using 2 arms. And Gift of Spirit. Now this will actually, so melee attacks will tier up Inspiring or Inspiriting buff. When it gets to stack 5, you can use it to heal yourself using Gift of Spirit. So that is going to be our class traits. Our race traits is obviously can go either way. Sometimes they're very important or they're not. Wrath of the Firstborn, because this is a high elf. You will get Applied Fellowship 15 meters. You'll get plus 3% damage for 10 seconds. Now, percentages are usually more powerful than just base numbers. This is Grace of the Firstborn, so 10% out of combat wind speed. Those who remain, I get 59% will, 49%. Travel to Lothlorien, not really a big deal, but it is a racial I have. And Immunity of Darkness, my +5 to light damage. Okay, now on to virtues. I'm going to go a little more tanky here, just because this is a build I play for solo, and it's just to stay alive. So the first virtue trait is Charity. Charity is going to have my resistance rating, physical mitigation, vitality, and then for passive bonus is max morale. Compassion is going to have physical mitigation, tactical mitigation, armor value, and then max morale is my passive. Fertility is tactical mitigation, vitality, physical mitigation, and then my passive is max morale. Fortitude, max morale, critical defense, resistance rating, and then passive is max morale. And honor is going to be max morale, tactical mitigation, critical defense, and then my passive is max morale. So that is going to be our traits. Next, we're going to go into the LIs. Obviously, I'll get a new one here. I do need a little bit more. But for right now, I'm using a two-handed hammer. This is my LI. And it is going to be Heraldry of the Owl, which is going to give me will, vitality, and outgoing healing rating. Area effect healing, my area effect healing is going to be increased, and my outgoing healing rating is going to be increased. Valiant strike healing. So my Valiant strike heal is increased, and my outgoing healing rating is increased. There's also cutting attack. So cutting attack is increased by damage, and the physical mastery rating is increased. And then I did enduring power. And I did not do my Word of Craft here, and that is obviously, it won't hurt me too much here, but at some point I'll have to get in there and do that. But I just ran out of Ancient Script. So then I'm doing Heraldry of the Bear on this side. So Might is increased, Vitality is increased, and Outgoing Healing is increased. The reason I'm doing a little bit of more damage stuff over here is because I do want to have a little more damage than the baseline blue, which is pretty heal heavy. Area effect healing critical, so my area effect healing critical chance is increased. My healing effect healing or area effect healing critical magnitude is increased, and my critical rating is increased. Vocal skills healing, so all my vocal skills healing are increased, and my outgoing healing rating is increased, and I have max power. All right, so that's about it for that. Let's do our rotations. So the first thing I always want to throw on is Revealing Mark. This is going to give me some healing back, so that's always good. Now, the next thing is I can either, so there's two things you can do here. You can use Defensive Strike, or you can use Battle Shout. I would not use them both on the same rotation, and I'll explain why right now. So when Defensive Strike happens, you will get an ability called Battle Ready State, okay? Same thing with this, you get Battle Ready State out of both. So you don't want to burn that. What you want to do is after that, if you use Devastating Blow or Pressing Attack. So remember, use Defensive Strike, then Pressing Blow or Devastating Blow if it's just one mob, if it's Pressing Attack if there's multiple mobs. And why you're going to do that is Battle Ready State with this one will turn into Battle Hardened State. So it would actually be a better buff, which is actually going to be like a huge percentage debuff or buff to you, so incoming damage is going to be increased. Now, same thing with this one. So once you do that, then you can go through the rotation, which is like I like to do Improved Sure Strike, I like to do Gallant Display, and then Inspire. All of these are going to be HOTS. Now, you can choose to do this, but I would wait off on it. When Battle Hardened State is on, you can actually burn it with Blade of Inlandel. Now, if you use Blade of Inlandel, you're going to get a debuff on the mob, but you're also going to get buffs. But you do burn your Battle Hardened State. So you can only get these buffs when Battle Hardened State is gone, which sometimes is okay. I like to do it at the end of battle or with single target, but I do not like to do it when I'm fighting multiples because I want to keep that Battle Hardened State on for defensive purposes. Now, another thing is, because you saw it earlier, if I have Blade of Inlandel, say I'm at the end, I just do Battle Hardened State with Devastating Blow, then I use Blade of Inlandel. I also get a little bit of heal from this and some, melee damage increase. Now, Violent Strike now will be increased by 20% more. So I would hold off on using this until you want to use Blade of Inlandel, but don't use Blade of Inlandel if you want to keep your Battle Hardened State on. If that makes sense, I hope it does. So, once again, use Defensive Strike. So once I'm done with that little rotation, I will go back and either use Battle Shout or Defensive Strike, whichever one I didn't use, because that one should be off of cooldown. Then I'll go back up here, get Battle Hardened State on again, use this rotation once more. There is a couple other things here. If I want to defend myself, I got 2 arms, so your Shield Brother takes 50% less damage. You heal for 25% more, and your Shield Brother takes 15% less damage. This is another great ability. It is called Improved Motivating Speech. This boosts my morale near all nearby allies, also increases all their stats by quite a bit, so that's nice. You will not be using Shield of Dundane unless this guy's pulling or you have another person in there. If I ever get in trouble with healing, I always have Improved Standard, which I can just drop on the ground. Usually, I will have enough to use Gift of the Spirit because it's a 3-second cooldown, so I have a tendency to use that more. I will use Words of Courage. These will kind of get me out of trouble. If I need a lot of health, I will use Reform the Lines. And then on a defeat event, I can use Rally Cry, which will be improved on a defeat event. You can use it anytime, but I would wait until a defeat event happens. Now, when a defeat event happens, which is when you kill a mob, this one will be improved, and so will Rowdy Cry. This will actually turn into an area effect stun. So that's kind of nice. Also, once the rotations are done, I will add some bleeds. I will use Grave Wound, and I will use Improved Cutting Attack. So those two are kind of nice. I do use those quite a bit. You can heal yourself using Lend Courage. This is only used when you have a Shield Brother up. Another heal is Will to Carry On, and then you have a great. This is Cry of the Revenger. This is to bring 2 targets back from the death. All right. I guess also there is Withdrawal. This is how I get rid of dazes, stuns, roots, things that are on me. You probably won't use it in this dungeon, but you may. Muster Courage I will use. This is a way to remove disease, wound, fear, poison, which is like a cleansing ability, and this is a way to get rid of deimmobilizing stuff. So I think that's about it. You may use it later on. I do have Kick. This is an interruptions ability. Cleanse Corruption. This is going to remove a corruption off of a mob. And then Wrath of the Firstborn, which you saw, has a 10-minute cooldown, which is kind of nice for this kind of abilities. All right, let's get started. So I'll pull the first mob, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to mark first, because he's further away, I'm going to use my cry so I can get this on. And now Battle Hard state is on. There's my bleeds. Once again, I'm going to go back here, do my defensive, like I said, and then do Battle Hard again. I do have a cleanse, I got a disease on, but I do have my spirit there, which you'll see me use. And you see me just recycling the same abilities again. At some point, a worm will come out. Now, this is more of a tankish build, but not like Yellow Line. Yellow Line is very strictly tank. This is not the same. Now, you haven't seen me use Blade of Inlandel yet, but you will do. Because right now, I'm about to drop this. Now, I'm going to go to an area effect because I know a worm spawned. I'm still not going to go to Blade of Inlandel yet because I want to do it with this guy. See, there we go. There's the... We'll put some bleeds on this cat. We'll put a mark on because marks always give us a little bit of health back. It's single target, so we're going to switch over to Devastating Blow. And here's Blade of Inlandel and Violent Strike, which is going to give me more buff. Alright, so there's the first mob. Now we're going to do a group one, which we'll see how it goes. I'm not too scared yet. We'll do Press Attack. We still have our defeat event up. We're going to actually use it right here and count everybody down. We got a pressing attack. We got this. We got our big heal. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use pressing attack. Once again, I still haven't used my Blade of Inlandel. We did get a defeat event, so we'll use that. We'll heal here. We're going to cleanse ourselves a little bit. We're out. That'll stun everybody, which we're taking cleanse of. We'll get another heal. Well, we do need to put our mark on. Putting a mark on is pretty important. Try not to forget that. You will see me forget it, but try not to. Now we're going to use Blade of Inlandel. We use Devastating Blow because we're not using area effect anymore. There we go. So once again, I didn't take too much damage there. I could have probably mitigated it a little bit more had I done some other abilities like the Fellowship one, but I didn't feel it. Now we're going to use Pressing Attack because it's area effect. We're gonna spread the bleeds around. We're gonna heal ourselves. Get this. Boom. There we go. Alright, so we did that. Obviously, all of our stuff is still up. We haven't really gotten into any nasty abilities yet. We want to try to target this cat. We got a disease on, so we want to get rid of that immediately. Oh, we got an ad. We're gonna put some bleeds on. We're gonna do a shout. We're gonna do pressing attack. We got some heals. We got some heals. We got some defeat. So we got a defeat event. Now we're gonna do an area effect done, which can only also happen on a defeat event. We got a nice heal here. Still got some area effect in it. Oh, now we can move it to devastating blow. That's nice. We still got another kill. We're gonna bleed him out. Oh, we didn't put mark on because that mark does add up. 4% return and heal is pretty good. Maybe we'll use Blade of Enlendale, see what happens. Get all of our bleeds going here. Now we're going to use area effect again. We're going to put a little, because when that worm spawns, he will do a little increase of damage for you. Usually just right after the spawn happens, and then he kind of decreases the damage after that. And we'll get Mark on as soon as we can. Boom. We're not really ready for that, are we? I thought we were going to use Spirit, but it looks like we're not going to. Alright, so we're doing still pretty good here. Oops, I accidentally zoomed in. Alright. Mark. Shout. Rusty. There we go. We'll do a little heal there. There was a lot of hots that you can put on these guys. We'll stun the whole group, because that's fun. I don't know if we have any more hots, so we'll do press it again. I'll heal myself. I think we'll still target. There we go. So not a lot of bleeding, but still, you know, quite a bit of damage going on. So there is like a single target and a multiple target rotation, and the difference is it's just devastating blow and pressing attack. They both give you battle hardened state, but one of them is for area effects. Boom. We're gonna put some bleeds on here. So I do put the bleeds on if I want to kill stuff just a tad bit faster. And that's on my shift 3 and 4 up there. Alright, let's see what we got. I think we can pull 2. We'll have to pull more than that in a minute here. Boom. There we go, we'll put some bleeds on there now. There we go. Alright, here we go. This should increase our damage because it's Blade of Enlendale. We'll do pressing attack because we know a worm will spawn. we go. We're just gonna heal right before we put on Battle Hardened again. No, Mark. I apologize. I want to put Mark on first. There we go. We want that Mark to be rolling. I haven't done Blade of Inland yet. Let's put some bleeds on it. Got a shout. So like I said, too, not really in any danger, but you don't kill super fast either. That was off by just uh-oh. That guy came out and blew up. Okay, we're gonna do Blade of Inlandale. You never see him blow up like that. We'll stun him. That'll buy us some time so we can get Mark. Because I'm really just trying to buy time once a mob dies so I can use Mark. Mark on. Pressing attack again. We do have a defeat event, so we can get ourselves a big heal. There we go. Put Mark on. Alright. Now, let's fight our way to the boss. And then I feel like that gives you a good representation of what the Blue Line Captain can do. And the Blue Line Captain is pretty sturdy. That is bizarre. I don't know why he's tanking it, but he is. There we go. Get some bleeds on there. We'll heal ourselves a bit. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to beat it. We tried though. We'll get Mark on. All right. We got a defeat event here. We got some heals. Oh, we're gonna get some bleeds on this time. I shouldn't have went to the Blade of Inlandell yet, but I got it. You know how it is. Once you get that, you know, get the taste of blood in your mouth. And you're like, oh, we need to get that. Okay, I did have it on. I apologize. That was awful. There we go. Now we got Mark on. We're gonna Blade of Inlandell this again. There we go. Now we got Mark on. Did I accidentally use both of my battle ready abilities? Yes. Yes, I did. Did I mean to do that? No. No, I did not. But I'm not good at the game. Get some bleed on again. Now let's do Blade of Inlandell. Not a big fan. There we go. Oh, we almost got to the boss. We're gonna go up to this. If we go up to this pillar, it'll pull this guy. But he's gonna pull two this time, so I want to stop. We'll get some bleeds. We'll do. Remember, it's single target, so we're doing devastating blow. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, the battle happened again. Gonna get some heals rolling in. There we go. Once again, we're gonna shout just to break the monotony so we can get Mark back. So let's get battle hardened up and then we get Mark. Because that 4% at every hit, that adds up. Now we're going to run to the other side. Come on. Alright, apparently we're going to be fighting two of them. There we go. Yeah, we got some dazes. We're gonna do pressing attack again because effect. We do get some defeat effects while we're fighting. Alright, here we go. It's about to get ugly. I'm gonna take some extra damage. Until we can get marked on. We got our heals. We're gonna do Blade of Inlandale. Alright, we're holding it together. Now let's do some bats. Mark. There we go. And then after this mob, we're gonna go rush the boss. Now the boss is gonna spawn two, so we'll have to be prepared for that. And now we have this cat, which we'll get a heal on. Now we got Mark on. Devastating blow, battle hardness. There we go. Now there's going to be a middle part where he starts to do some damage after I kill the guys and he is by himself. Alright, let's cleanse ourselves. We'll probably throw our battle state down too. There we go, press the attack. There we go. Alright, now we're just gonna shout, give ourselves some space. Some room to breathe. Now we'll do it again. It feels like we probably have this under control, but let's put some bleeds on. We had a little extra damage. Now the problem will be when we get this this next guy. So the next people who spawn, he's gonna get like to 25% health, and then he's gonna go green health, and then we're gonna have to, you know, make sure we get our stuff back up because a bunch of worms are gonna follow us around. Some of them are gonna explode. Some of them are not. And that's where the problem is. We have to kill the worms in order for him to do what he needs to do. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we need to get our health up. We need to get everything buffed. Alright, there we go. Alright. We almost got him. Oh, now we got him. Now let's get our mark on. Now they're gonna start poisoning our crap. As one does. We're gonna do Blade of Inland Delta. We can heal on the move too, so that's one nice thing about the cat, is you can do it while you're moving. There we go. Alright, we're gonna put bleeds on it. Heal ourselves up. Put the mark on, because that's a big one. We got a big old heal. We got Spirit here. There we go. I'll put some heals on us here. There we go. Alright. Now, I probably could have just stayed out, not taking that much health, but I stood in the poison a little bit because my banner came down. But that was it. Okay, so as always, you guys, I'm going to go through again how this all is going to work out. So, first of all, I want to use Revealing Mark, put that on. Always have that on, even when a mob dies. Just use either Rally Cry or Rowdy Cry. Either one of these. This will stun up to 5 targets. This one will heal you. Then put Mark back on. Mark wants to be on. You want to be on this on a target all the time. But it can only be on one target at a time. After that, use Defensive Strike or Battle Shout. Not both, just one or the other. Then if it's single target, use Devastating Blow. If it's multiple targets, use Pressing Attack. Then my rotation after that is Improved Sure Strike, Gallant Display, and then Inspire. I will be using those over and over. After that, I will use Brave Wound, then Improving Cut. Once these are done, this is all done, then I will use Battle Shout or Defensive Strike, whichever one I did not use the first time. Then that'll give me Devastating Blow again and Pressing Attack, which will put me in Battle Hardened state. At any time, if I want to buff myself, I have Improved Motivating Speech and 2 Arms. Those are both good ones. This one is only for another target, but it is an awesome bubble. So it is great to use, but you cannot use it on yourself. Otherwise, I think I would be too powerful. Also, whenever there's a defeat event, which is a mob dies, Rally Cry becomes more powerful, and Rowdy Cry becomes an area effect stun. When I'm low on target, the target is low. I don't want to do this on multiples because when I use Blade of Inlandel, it will actually remove my Battle Hardened state. So I want to choose this. I want to be choosy when I use it. But what it does is additional damage, but it also will do Violent Cry. This will actually be increased by 20%, which is why you didn't see me using it all that much. Whenever this event comes up, there's other ways for Rally Cry, for the defeat event to come up. You'll see it go green. It'll go over here. That means it's more powerful. When I'm using melee damage, Gift of the Spirit can be used at any time, so I do use that pretty often. Mustering Courage, this is one I use to get a disease off. It's a cleanse ability. Word of Courage I do use off and on, just depends. It has a nice cooldown, which is pretty short. And then when this one happens, this is a big heal, which you did see me use during the last boss fight. This will get rid of corruption, and this is Wrath of the Firstborn. This will give me extra damage, which I think I did on the beginning of the boss fight. Then I have 2 bleeds, which I do use. There is other ways for my Herald to heal me, and these are the ones. This is another buff. I did drop this twice, improved standard of honor. This is a heal, and I do use it for 15 seconds. It's nice. To get rid of any immobilizing disabilities, I do use withdrawal. Mustering is a cleanse ability, and I think that is about it. I guess I should say I did use a Herald of Hope, Oathborn, and then I was using Shield Brother, which I put on him, and that will do a bunch of critical and physical mastery and critical defense. So if you have any questions, as always, to contact me, the best is to whisper me on Twitch. But I do go through every 2 weeks and go through all the YouTube comments, so I will get back to you at some point in the future. I think that's about it. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. We've got 1,000 subs, so that's absolutely amazing. We're almost to 1,000 followers on Twitch, that'll trigger another giveaway. And I think that's about it. But if you do love this content, please, you can hit the like button, leave comments. It absolutely means the world to me. So thank you guys so much. And until I see you in the next video, may the hairs on your toes grow ever longer. Thank you guys so much.